Hey guys, welcome to the brand new little spin-off series I'm going to be doing here for the World Cup 2038. Yes, as I introduce you guys to the All-Regen England series. Now, obviously, I took over the England job just because I thought, I had a little bit of unfinished business with the Netherlands. For those who watched way back in about 2016, 2017, I took over as the Netherlands manager for a short period of time. Now, that was probably the worst time to take over as their team was sort of in transition. Like, we had a lot of newer players coming through who were sort of young regens, but at the same time, all the players you knew and recognised, Van Persie and um, Afellay, all these players, Robin, were a bit old. So it's like, but at the same time, it's like your natural instinct is to pick these players because you know them to be good. You don't know these regens. So, it got all a bit weird. I would never recommend going into a new team when sort of in its sort of twilight transition period. Anyway, I'm going to take you through generally the sort of the England sort of thing. I mean, it's still the same universe as the Liverpool thing, so a lot of some names are going to be familiar to you. A few obviously might not be. So I'll take you through them now and show you my team first. This is my squad for 2038. Now, I'll just go through each one individually and see how we do. So if you recognise a few of them, then that's good. The first one here, the vice captain. This is Connor Nolan. He is the Manchester United goalkeeper and has been for quite some time, actually, since 2007. Well, I guess 2017 to technically 2020 when he got his. Well, no, really, 2024. It's still a long time. I mean, you're talking again. That's still later than Trevor Saddle, though. And yeah, he's still going. He's a decent keeper, obviously. His average rating is great, but then again, keepers' average ratings aren't great usually because it's quite difficult for goalkeepers to have absolute flyers every game, especially when you're in a team like Man United. Then we've got this guy here, Joseph Owers, who is, I believe, the Everton goalkeeper. I've played against him a few times. He's a decent keeper, actually, to be fair. You can see it's quite a lot, you can see, but he is in quite a piss-poor team. Everton. I say Everton are piss poor. They are not that great. Seriously, they kind of languish near the bottom of the table. And a guy here I don't know a lot about, but here's the Huddersfield goalkeeper, and we all know how Huddersfield did well they're doing. They won the FA Cup a couple of seasons ago. Doing quite well on the table. So this is my alternative choices on the Jack Butland, if you will, even though he's 27. This is Keith Benning. Finally, we have this guy for the defence here. This is Peter Stone. He is right back. Why all the match fitness? Never mind. Actually, yeah, what the fuck is with the match fitness? Why are the... Oh, whatever. I thought it was going to be from Mall. Yeah, he's quite young, to be honest. He's born in 2015. He's really young. He's really good. Chelsea bought him a few years ago, and he is going to be a England regular. I'm very sure of it. He's very good. So yeah, he's one of the younger players in this team. We then have here, this is Brian Loftman, who appeared in my team. Very good, actually. Left back for my Euro 2036 team. He was really, really good. Currently plays for Lyon, which is a bit weird after he was sold all over the place, really. West Brom, Arsenal, Chelsea, Everton down there. So, yeah, he's a good little player, this guy. Very useful. Then it's a new name I've brought in. This is Chris Palfrey. He's 28 and has bizarre hair. Look at that. Strange. It's like seaweed. Where does he play? I don't even know where he plays. He plays for Blackburn. Or he's not been on loan. He actually is at Wolves. 160k. Not bad. He's done quite well. Again, obviously, I realise that some of these players are not going to play maybe at all. But you do need a bit of filler sometimes. Then we've got this guy, one of the senior players. This is Alex Watts, who I'm sure maybe one or two of you may have seen. Played for Arsenal. He's been there for a while. Signed from Everton. He was really good. Started off Forest, been to City. Made a somewhat handy profit on him, I guess. 6 million there for Everton. He did really, really well at Everton, and now he is a very much so senior player in this team. Next one, another centre back is Giovanni Morales, who has been at Chelsea. Again, you may recognise his name. He was at Chelsea, let's say, because he looks like he's going to be moving. He wants a new challenge, like every other fucking player on this game. So he's good. He's one option I've got here. But I think the two centre back pairings are going to be Watts, and this guy I think is called Slyn or Sline. I'm going to say Slyn because it's a bit of a weird name. Who plays for Schalke and always has played for Schalke, which is bizarre. I mean, you never ever see this. I mean, naturally. You get some players, from if you're an English manager in an English team, you will occasionally get German regens or whatever coming through your youth academy. But for this guy to spend his whole career at Schalke is bizarre. It's can't really often see too many. I mean, also realise it is set in the future and all that, so things do change. Now, you may recognise this guy as well, Dave Vassy, who I had for a very short period of time. Played one game and had the biggest fucking hissy fit in the world. I don't know. I can't even remember why he had a hissy fit, but yeah, he was not happy about me, and he just demanded Leeds to leave after one game. So that was really good. And then we have here this another one who has been a bit of a star over the last few years. This is Wade Weaver, who you may notice is very strange centre back, but he's a striker as well. And he's at City. I think City like to play him as striker, but he is an option at centre back, which I've never seen that before. I mean, he can play in centre mid as well, sort of. But that is weird. I've never seen that before. Can you name a centre back who can play up front, or vice versa? I can't. No, I can't. I'm trying to think. Oliver Swan here, you may have seen earlier. He is the Leicester captain. He has been there for a while. He's pretty decent, rather consistent as well. Justin Johnson, a player who I really want to buy, but honestly I can't afford. Well, I can afford him easily, but I can't justify spending however much it's going to be for the 33-year-old because he's English. His price is going to be inflated. He's at Porto now, where he's been all over the place. Started at Reading, then went to Tottenham, who obviously never played him. That was a waste. Or played once maybe, and then he moved. So that was time well spent, wasn't it? And yeah, so he's at Porto now. A lot of, as you can see, I think this is always going to happen where English players go abroad. I realise that doesn't happen very often now. I mean, it's slowly happening now, but yeah, I'm trying to think. There's only two players I can name who have gone abroad. I think there's the guy, what's his name? The Chelsea guy, I forgot his name. He used to play at Chelsea. No, I think he's the Chelsea defender who plays in the German league. And Colin Kazan-Richards as well. He's another one. I think he's just come back though. So Chris Harvey here. I had him for a short period of time. Fail. Yeah, he was one of my worst signings, even though he is an absolute beast. I was still kind of like getting to grips with like the regens and all that. I've never really got into regens and stuff at this point, so I didn't know what to make of him. Couldn't put him into the team really, and eventually sold him off before Tottenham bought him. He turned into an absolute beast. Another one here, Dave Greenwood, another one who I bought, and again was a bit of a fail. He had a good first season, but then I couldn't really fit him into the team. It's centre mid. It was at that point where I had like loads of centre midfielders, and I was like trying to fit them all in. I just couldn't. So, Jason Forbes, first Liverpool player that of course you're going to recognise. He's 34. A lot of older players you may notice in this. That's because I'm trying to get the best out of this sort of golden generation before they all retire. Now, to say golden generation, I'll show you why I say that in a minute. You'll know him. Brilliant. He's been fantastic for me. I signed him for 23 million. From Arsenal. He wasn't happy there, and he's been an absolute beast for me. I realise 23 million is a bit extortionate, but he's a bit of a legend at Liverpool now, so there you go. Here's Anthony Kerr. He is what's going on with his face there. He's got very chubby cheeks, hasn't he? He's been at Arsenal, wow, why is he in this team? Oh my god, what have I done? Oh, okay. I realise he's not the only striker, but yeah, Arsenal signed him for £20 million. He scored 2 goals last season. They were both in the league or FA Cup. Oh my god, he didn't score at all in the league. He had 20 appearances. Oh wow, no wonder they did poorly last season. That's horrendous. Well, he's poor. He's going to be playing on the left. I play a lot of him as a striker, but he doesn't really work. Ian Fagan, he's another one who I nearly bought, but I didn't. And he's been at Tottenham for quite some time. And he built up a partnership with Chris Harvey for England and Tottenham that is absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah, he's really good, this Ian Fagan guy. Here's Bruce Ben, another one I nearly signed, but I didn't. Tottenham did. As you can see, stats again are really good. Where did he start off? At Man United. That's interesting. And then Tottenham bought him. So, he's another one. He's a really good winger. Second Liverpool player, Jason Malone, who, again, another player who I never thought was going to make it. But you know what? He is now a Liverpool legend, and he has become a brilliant player. As you can see, he's been here since 2025. Doesn't play absolutely loads of games, but what is he? No, blah blah blah. How many games has he played? Okay, he's only played 90 times in the league, but he's a Liverpool legend and an England number 11. Can't complain. But yeah, he's really good. I don't know why he's a legend at that point, but he's good. He is very consistent. Now, a swap there with Anthony Kerr, as you saw there, who had a shocker of a season. This guy had a season of his life. Now, as you know, I bought Landry Torrey from Leicester from Leicester for 28 million, and they spent a bit of that and bought this guy to replace him. This is Andrew Houghton. Scored 23 goals and got 15 assists. That's phenomenal. I can't buy him again. That's a bit ridiculous. Can't steal him again off Leicester. But yeah, he's good. Maybe he was just a one-hit wonder, but I've got to include him in this team, haven't I? And here's another one. This is Tottenham's new wonder kid. This is Marcus Davis. They bought him off Sheffield Wednesday a few years ago, and he is flying. I mean, he had as far as I can see, when he started, he had a really good run in the team. As you can see, that's not absolutely amazing, but 12 goals across all thing there. 24 starts, not at all bad. That's one goal every other game, so I can't really complain there. And of course, the legendary, absolutely unbelievable Messi-like Phil Knight. A lot of people for ages of saying, show his stats, can you please show me his stats? And I realised this is not going to be him at his peak, so I should point that out. But there's no real changes, but that is his stats. Now, I don't really know where all the hidden key attributes. Attacking goals, let's try that. I think he's a poacher. Yeah, all that sort of stuff there. So they are his stats, as you can see. It's not been absolutely amazing, but he is. If you just look at the attacking ones, as a poacher or as a target man or whatever, 6'2", so he's got a fair bit on him. He's phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, he has 166 caps, so not as much as Sadler, but 127 goals. That is just unbelievable. As you can see, started off at Man United, or Crewe rather than Naples. I mean, I've talked about him before, but 55k, that is the bargain of the century for Man United. And I can't believe he sold him to Newcastle, where he terrorised me many times before Chelsea bought him. And he continues to terrorise me. Bastard. So, now you may have read before that I referred to England as this golden generation team. Why did I do that? That's because they won the World Cup. I mentioned previously why Michael Owen is such a good manager and why he's in the Hall of Fame. It's because he won the World Cup with England in 2026. I can't actually click on it. As you can see, they've been in and around the top 5 for years now. Well, mainly because since I've been there. But can I click on the World Cup? Yeah, if we just go over, I'll go over like the current groups and stuff in a moment. But past winners, they finished 3rd, which I'm sure they'd be very happy with in 2018. That's in, of course, the Russian World Cup in a few years. Won it in 2026 and came 2nd in the last World Cup to Brazil, who of course won it there in Australia. So I guess you could consider this a golden generation, I don't know, but they seem to be doing very, very well for themselves. And also, as you saw, if I just go to the history, we also, as you can see, won the European Championships, Euro 2036, last time out, which I talked about. We beat the Czech Republic. Oh, Switzerland and Austria have got it again in 2040. I don't think I'll be there this time. I'll probably retire. So, to the future then, or to the next immediate future, the World Cup. This is our group then. This is Group H. England, Northern Ireland, Japan and Paraguay. And obviously, I don't know all these different teams. I don't know the different ones. But let's have a look then. Just have a quick snapshot so we don't go over them all. Northern Ireland's 22nd in the world. Obviously, they're going to all have regen managers. And I can't really name you... Oh, actually, I can name you one. Obviously, Tony Martin, who is my secondary left-back, who's pretty good. I'm going to be up against him. He's one, of course, I can name. Let's go look at the value as well. Again, I can't really name... I would recognise too many of these, so take what you will with that. Japan are 44th. Not sure how well they're going to do. I mean, obviously we've seen some great players in the past, Honda and so on. But Paraguay as well, 35th, so not exactly difficult for us. I think we should beat all these. Orlando Torres, that's a great name. One player we will, of course, be coming up against is my youngster, 20-year-old Gustavo Mino from There's Libertad or whatever. He is of course Paraguayan, so we'll be playing up against him as well. So that's how the group stands. Let's just show you the other groups as well, just so you get an idea of where we are. So obviously now I'll fast forward it right to the game, just to give you an idea of how all the teams are doing. Chile, Poland, USA, and Togo. USA, as you can see, are the hosts, which will be quite important to them. I'm going to talk about this. They lost to Poland, which is quite funny, in their opening game. Chile beat Togo there, as you can see. France, Uruguay, South Korea, and Guatemala. Not sure exactly how Guatemala got it to the World Cup, but they seem to be doing rather well with their ranking, considering how no one else is currently ahead of them in real life. Group C, Holland, Ivory Coast, Portugal, and Honduras. D, Spain, Ireland, Costa Rica, who got a bit of a history in the World Cup, haven't they? And Nigeria, so have they. Group E, China, Mexico, Italy, and Brazil. Group F, Argentina, Belgium, Scotland, who, as I mentioned before, are actually quite good, very overpowered on FM, and Tunisia. Group G, finally, we have Germany, Mali, Russia, and Saudi Arabia, who a lot of people predicting that all these Arabian Saudi countries are probably going to come good probably in the next few years, when of course Qatar are hosting the World Cup. Now, just a little bit of funny I just want to show you real quick. Note the stadium, Candlestick Park. That, if there are any American viewers watching, then I'm sure you'll understand what I'm going to talk about here. Candlestick Park, that is on the west coast, I believe. That's in, I think it's San Francisco or LA. I get mixed up between the two. I don't know exactly which is which, but it's on the west coast, basically. San Fran, LA area. So just note that. Look where Paraguay is. Trying to use the arrow key, it's not working. This is the Lincoln Financial Field. I just want to tell you where that is. Now, that's on the East Coast. So basically, on the Wednesday we have a game. Then on the Monday we have another game. That's in completely the other end of the country. So we're going from LA to Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania is on the East Coast. So go from coast to coast. They're going to be knackered. And then finally here, Soldier Field, which I believe is in Chicago, I think, which is sort of East Coast, middle. I don't exactly know the geography of America, but I believe Soldier Field is in Chicago, and they're going to be shattered by the old travel. I mean, I realise it's 2038. I mean, okay, have we perfected teleportation or something at this point? Come on. Anyway, so that's the groups there for us to that we will be playing. So that's just a little intro. The tactics of play are basically, again, the ones I always do: 4-4-2 and the asymmetrical. What's they call it? Asymmetrical alternative. The asymmetrical alternative. Yeah, I just play this weird one because no one else knows what it is, and everyone gets really confused. Ooh, so there we go then. I think that is the little intro that I want to do to my All-Regen England team. I hope you enjoyed, and if you would like to, of course, download the save, you can now. And if you want to play as England, in fact, if you want to play as England, I will let you download it now. I'll put a download link in the description. It is in here. I will make another video as well with the download link as well, just so people, when they say, "Oh, where's the download link?" I'll just point you to the direction of that video so you can download it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will then be back then. Coming up next is the Northern Ireland England game in the World Cup. Never thought I'd hear myself say that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.